In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. But what does that really mean? If you were to take these in their natural sense, you should see their ultimate absurdity. Jesus explains, heaven represents the spiritual part of us. Earth symbolizes the natural material side. In the beginning, this earth, our earthly self, was empty, formless, and deep within, there was only darkness. The waters mentioned in Genesis, they are the murky depths of our incomplete understanding of all things, confusion, doubt, unawakened thoughts, and the Spirit of God. It gently hovers over this deep, silent chaos, but it has not yet entered fully into our understanding. Then God speaks. Even now he speaks. Let there be light. And suddenly there is light. Not a physical light, but a divine awareness rising within us. A light that begins to divide truth from confusion, hope from fear, the eternal from the temporary. God sees this light, this first spark of inner awakening, and he calls it good. And so begins the first day, the first moment of spiritual awakening in the soul. As God speaks light into your soul, something begins to shift. A dawn rises quietly within you. God sees how good this new light is, but you may not recognize it at first. You may still cling to the darkness you're used to. And so, a separation begins inside you. Light and darkness no longer blend together. You begin to see the difference, to feel the contrast between what is of God and what is not. This is your first real awakening. Day and night are now divided within your heart. You begin to understand that your old self, your natural self, was like the late evening fading into night. But the moment God gives you light, it becomes your sunrise. And from that mixture, the evening of your past and the sunrise of God's light, your first true day begins. Now, if Moses, who was an initiate into all Egyptian science, had simply meant the rising and setting of the sun, he would have written that day comes from morning and evening, but he didn't. Instead, he wrote that the first day came from evening and morning, a deeper truth meant to show us the soul's journey. Night always follows evening, and day comes after the morning. What lies between evening and morning is night. A child, for example, is born into darkness, not knowing, not understanding. This is the night. As the child grows and learns, there comes a gentle twilight, like the first glow of evening, still dim, but growing in light. This is how your first day with God begins, not with full understanding, but with the quiet rising of truth inside the heart. Now, someone might ask, why didn't Moses say the first day came from dawn and a bright morning? But he understood something deeper. Moses knew that evening, not morning, mirrors our earthly condition. He saw how our worldly learning, our intellect, our pursuit of success, they shine like fading light at sunset. Impressive, but temporary. A light that dims, not deepens. The more we chase the world with our minds, the weaker the divine light becomes in our hearts. So Moses called this kind of light, this worldly understanding, evening. Only when God, in his mercy, ignites a spark of divine light of life inside us, do we begin to see how shallow our worldly knowledge really was, and like the evening light, are as transitory as this light itself. Then, with the right light out of God, kindled in our hearts, does our morning truly begin. Evening shows us our limits. Morning reveals God's truth. Together, they make the first real day, the first inner awakening of the soul. So, from my explanation, you must see what a vast difference there must be between these two lights or understandings, because only truth lasts. Worldly understanding fades. But the light from God, That alone is eternal.